A snake bit him and he almost lost his arms. Doctors saved him, but tonight, this Plano man says he's on the hook for a medical service he did not want.
We're talking about a nearly $30,000 bill, not for the antivenom or the 3 days he spent in ICU. He says that's the bill for a medical helicopter that he was forced to take. Kevin Reese reports.
On a trip through West Texas, Hugh Sparks and his son stopped to take pictures of all the rattlesnakes Highway 380 had to offer.
Snakes were crossing the road.
But then the retiree from Plano saw one snake that didn't look to him like a rattler at all.
It bit me and I just tossed it off the road and goes, "Bright, that was a rattlesnake, you're driving."
They drove to the closest hospital in Haskell, Texas, where he was given anti-venom and then told he'd need to take a helicopter ride.
That rattlesnake bit me right there.
To a bigger hospital in Abilene.
And I said, "I don't want to take a helicopter ride." I said, "It's too expensive."
He says they didn't offer a ground ambulance, wouldn't let his son drive him to Abilene either.
I remember the doctors and the nurses all telling him that basically he didn't have a choice.
I just didn't feel like I had any rights.
Once in Abilene, doctors warned him first his swelling arm and hand might have to be amputated. And at the start of his 3 days in ICU, they also told him,
"I want you to know there's a very good chance you could die."
And weeks later, he almost did.
This slow boiling anger.
When the bills came in the mail.
That was more traumatic than when I actually realized I was bitten by a rattlesnake.
Because Blue Cross Blue Shield settled the $127,000 hospital bill. It only cost him $3,000.
I was thinking, yeah, you probably saved my life. I love you guys. I want to pay you, but then I got the helicopter bill and then my mood changed.
Because the air ambulance bill was another $43,000, insurance would only pay $13,000. He had to pay the balance, more than $29,000, on his own.
It's crazy.
In an email to News 8, Air Evac Life Team says its costs for a higher level of care include the cost of the aircraft and providing 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week professionally trained staff. As for Hugh Sparks, he says don't get him wrong. He's thankful he's alive. He just didn't expect to be snake bit for a $29,000 helicopter ride as well.
This makes my life difficult. This will ruin other people.
Air ambulance services in the U.S. are unregulated and have often complained that insurance reimbursements aren't enough to cover their costs. Hugh Sparks will try to negotiate with his insurance company and the Air Evac Life Team, which also told us tonight that the AirMed network does offer family memberships for $65 a year for a family that covers emergency flights like this. Live in the newsroom, Kevin Reese, Channel 8 News.